Hey guys, we're going to go over today the basically the gym equipment that you can make. Okay, you can make and that you can get for almost free, and that can really get you started or get you going. I know with COVID, it's taking a lot of people out of the gym, a lot of out of the commercial gym, and also bringing a lot of people into the home gym movement, the garage gym movement. I think that's an awesome thing. I think both actually serve really good purposes. Um, And I'm a big supporter of both. I think commercial gyms and home gyms, great things. But right now we're looking at, what can you do if, you don't have the money to spare, or maybe you want to kind of test it out, see if you even like training at home. That's a big thing also. I know a ton of friends, a ton of family friends as well, who, you know, they certainly have the money to afford a proper home gym, let's say. But this is still the direction that I would encourage them to go initially, because it's a really good way to test the water and see if it's for you. Maybe you hate training alone, but maybe you love it. So without further ado, let's get going. Here we're on Amazon, and what this is going to be the most expensive item that we're going to talk about today. Um, and in a home gym, there's there's other things you can do to DIY this, and I'll explain it pretty soon. But if you want to spend the 20 to 40 bucks, oh, my bad, guys. If you want to spend the 20 to 40 bucks, this is a good first step. And what are we talking about here? Of course, it's a pull-up bar. I would absolutely not go with this kind of pull-up bar. I've tried it. We've had it. Not a fan. Super sketchy. Um, it drills into the like into your doorway. Um, and yeah, well, when I used it, we were using it on the doorway of a bomb shelter, so the door jamb, and the door was it was a very strong place to mount it. But even then, it still felt incredibly sketchy and kind of dangerous, just because of the way the load is, being put into the wall, let's say. Um, I don't know, just relying on screws going into a wall like that for load bearing, especially if you're on concrete. Like, wow, it felt super sketchy because when we had this bar, it was over a marble floor. And, if you fall or if something happens, God forbid, it can be very bad. So I'm just not a fan of this guy. Some people like it. I'm not. I would not recommend it to you. What I'd recommend is something this style pull-up bar. Okay, right here it's a 3-in-1 option for 36 bucks, under 40 bucks. I wouldn't really go with that. Um, you don't need that. You're on a budget. I would recommend just going with this guy. Not this specific one. I'll show you which one I recommend from Amazon real quick. And we'll have links and all of that below. You guys can check it out. You don't have to scroll through all this stuff. I know there's so many options, right? I just like having the answer, and I've already done the research. I know because I've had this stuff. I've used it. This is almost exactly how I initially built my home gym years ago. Years ago. Um, what I would go with is, let's see, something like this. This is a very simple design, under 30 bucks. A lot of great reviews. And a ton of companies make this model. This is not unique to Sion, probably a company importing from China direct. Um, but this particular maker, this model isn't unique to them. But I would go for something that looks exactly like this. The only thing is you do have to have a door jamb. As you can see, you don't have to drill, you don't have to make any holes, but you do need a door jamb. And what you do is it basically mounts over your door jamb. So make sure you do have a lip right on top of it. That is a big thing. This piece right there, it it fits over your door jamb. Okay, this goes on the ledge that we were talking about right here above. If you don't have that, don't buy it. You're wasting your money. You're wasting your time. I actually gave ours recently to my little cousin. He's 12. Actually, I gave it to him as his 13th birthday gift. And unfortunately, he took it all the way back up to his home. They brought it in the car, drove an hour and a half back home, only to find out that their door jambs, they live in an older motor home, their door jambs don't support that. So definitely consider that. There are other options. So what are some other options? How can you do this for free, right? We're looking for some kind of pull-up movement. An awesome thing you could do, get a rope. Anywhere you see a tree branch, or, go to your local park, there's probably a pull-up bar there too. So that's a really cool way to get, a free pull-up bar. Or if you have the $30 and you're willing to invest it, not just if you have it, but if you're willing to invest it, because I see this as an investment in your health, your fitness, and yourself. Some people like to say that this stuff is, just throwing away money. I completely disagree. I think that if we're talking about money, okay, obviously you don't need to debate this with anyone. At the end of the day, they're welcome to have their own opinions. But if we're talking strictly from a financial perspective, as we're getting older, this stuff will, God willing, help add years to our lives. Now, second option, what would I get? It'd be a backpack. And this is probably something you have lying around. You probably don't have to buy it for $10 off Amazon. If you do, this is, one of the better and cheaper. Okay, realistically, it's one of the cheapest backpacks I could find. And why do you need a backpack? The cool thing about a backpack is now that you have some kind of pull-up bar, and the nice thing about the pull-up bar is that you can also use these. You lay it flat, and you can do push-ups on this. You could do dips if it's on the floor. Really cool. The nice thing about a backpack, though, is you put a bag of rice in it, okay? Or oatmeal, anything, right? Any heavy foods you have, preferably that are kind of malleable and aren't going to leak like a can. But let's say you have rice or some oatmeal. Pop open the zipper on the bag, pop your food in, and now you have the ability to do almost any of your exercises with weight. You can do squats with weight. You can do pull-ups, push-ups. I mean, the list goes on. Really, the limit is your imagination at this point. But a backpack is an awesome first step to try out a home gym and see if it's for you. The third thing, and this one is where we kind of get into the real DIY or do-it-yourself mode, and this is a Bulgarian bag. Okay, this is a DIY Bulgarian bag. And a proper Bulgarian bag looks kind of like this. And it's just a very versatile piece of equipment that you can build. What you do is you take kind of a tire tube or inner tube, and you can find these for fairly cheap, and maybe you can even rig up your own. And what they do is you stuff it. You can stuff it with mulch. Ideally mulch or something that's kind of softer. I have sandbags. I couldn't imagine doing this with sand. I think honestly it might be even a little too heavy with sand. I don't know. These look pretty big in the photo. But if we're looking at this guy, with sand, that's a pretty heavy bag. That could be like 40 to 50 pounds. So it could be good for you. It depends, where you're at in your training journey. And at the end of the day, it is a journey, right? But this is a really cool option and really cheap to start adding some weight, and you could do more dynamic work. So I wouldn't do kettlebell swings with your backpack loaded with oatmeal and rice. I think that's a good way for the strap to break off and your backpack to go flying over into your wife or your mom's fine china. But this guy's not going anywhere. If you're holding on those handles, and I mean, the good thing is it's working your grip with these handles too. My gosh, what a workout that is for your forearms. But as long as you don't let those handles go while you're swinging this thing around, you can do a lot of dynamic movements and, really explosive stuff that'll train your athleticism. And I mean, again, the sky's the limit. Like, there's your imagination. If you start using it and applying it with just these simple items, I mean, what is this? 1, 2, 3 items. You can do so much. And this is really what I would recommend for most people to start out with. If you're looking at the home gym lifestyle, I think these are some really good ways to dip your feet in the water. And the cool thing about all of these is if you decide to stick with it, you can keep this and build up your home gym. But if you decide to stay at a commercial gym or pursue another type of fitness in general, the nice thing is your overhead cost, even if you bought it all up front, okay, 25 bucks plus 10 bucks. Let's say this is 10 bucks. So under 50 bucks, you got to try out the home gym lifestyle with a pretty good setup with not a lot of overhead, okay? Guys, let me know if you have any comments, and if you're looking to check and you have other pieces of equipment you're looking at, feel free to comment below. I'll give you my thoughts on them if I know about the equipment. If not, I'll do a little research for you, let you know as well. That's not a problem. And thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys later. If you liked it, please feel free to like the channel and subscribe, and we'll catch you around. Bye.